The eviction notice hit the marble counter like a slap. $48,000, due by tomorrow night. My sister, Sloane, did not even pretend it was grief talking. She slid the invoice toward me with 2 fingers, like I was something sticky. I was still in my black funeral dress. My mascara had dried into tight, itchy lines under my eyes. I had not taken my heels off. I had not eaten. The house still smelled like lilies and antiseptic and the faint metallic oxygen tang that had lived in our hallways for years. Sloane glanced at my face, then past me, already bored. Dad's gone. You have 24 hours to settle your occupancy. Occupancy? Like I had been renting space in a stranger's home and not sleeping in a chair beside our father's bed, counting his breaths when they got shallow. Like I had not been the one measuring meds, washing sheets, holding a vomit bucket, and smiling anyway so he would not feel like a burden. My name is Marlo Pierce. I am 30 years old, and I work as a senior compliance investigator for an insurance auditing firm. I make a living finding what people hide, the kind of details they swear do not exist. And standing there, staring at Sloane's neat little invoice, I felt my whole body go cold in a way grief never managed. "You are charging me rent," I said. My voice sounded calm, like it belonged to someone else. "Retroactive," she corrected, tapping the paper. 5 years, utilities included. Consider it generous. My hands did not shake. Not yet. I picked up the invoice and read it like it was a file on my desk. Dates, amounts, late fees, a total that looked like a threat. Sloane checked her phone, the diamond band on her ring flashing under the chandelier. "The realtor comes Monday. I'm listing. This place has been a money pit, and I'm not bleeding for it anymore." I looked at her and tried to recognize my sister in the polished hair and the expensive perfume. All I saw was someone who had turned our father into a line item, then tried to bill me for the privilege of watching him die. "I'm not paying you," I said. Her smile was quick, sharp. "Then you're leaving." I turned away before she could see anything crack. I walked down the hall and into my father's study. The room was darker than the rest of the house, heavy with old books and cedar. I locked the door, slow and deliberate, then sat at his desk like I belonged there, because I did. My laptop opened with a soft click. My mind was already moving, cataloging. What does she control? What does she think she controls? What did Dad mean when he squeezed my hand 3 months ago and whispered, "If she rushes you, check the drawer"? I opened the trust portal first out of habit. I typed the login that had always worked. Access denied. I tried again. Denied. Of course. The moment the funeral home took him away, she would have called the bank and played the grieving daughter, resetting everything with that sweet voice she used on strangers. A normal person would have panicked. A normal person would have called a lawyer and cried. I slid open the top drawer of Dad's desk. It was emptier than it should have been. He used to keep his checkbook there, a little notebook, a pen he loved that always leaked. Now there was only a torn corner of an envelope and a faint rectangle of dust where something had been. I stared at that empty space and my stomach turned over. Not because of the missing item, because of what it meant. Sloane had been in this room already. I stood and pressed my ear to the door. Down the hall, I could hear her heels, quick taps across hardwood. Then her voice, bright and pleasant. "Just take anything that looks old. We'll donate. The rest goes out." She was already purging him, already erasing. I opened the door and stepped out. The hallway looked like a disaster scene. Black trash bags, cardboard boxes. A pile of framed photos leaned against the wall like they had been sentenced. Dad's sweaters were crumpled on the floor, still shaped like him. My throat tightened, but I forced my hands to keep moving. I went straight to the heap nearest the guest room, the one that looked freshly disturbed. I dug in, ignoring how my funeral dress snagged on a zipper. My fingers brushed paper, plastic, something smooth. A small fireproof pouch, the kind banks hand out for passports and wills. I pulled it free and unzipped it. Inside was Dad's old phone, not the one he used to call me, not the landline in the kitchen. A second phone, cheap, scratched, the screen dark, a burner. My breath caught. Dad was not a dramatic man. He did not do secrets for fun. If he had a second phone, it meant he was trying to protect something from someone. From her. I went back into the study and locked the door again. My hands started to shake now, but it was not fear. It was that hard, bright anger that makes your vision sharpen. The burner was dead. I found a charger in the desk, plugged it in, and waited. Seconds crawled. The screen finally lit with a dull glow, then a battery icon. While it charged, I opened Dad's desk calendar. Pages were marked with his neat handwriting, appointments, hospice notes. And in the margin of one date from last month, a single word was written twice. Sloan. Under it, 3 letters, DNR. I stared until my eyes burned. The do not resuscitate order. The one we signed when he could not swallow anymore. The one Sloan had not been here to discuss. She had stepped away for her mental health that week. She had sent me a text from a rooftop bar telling me she could not handle hospitals. Yet his calendar said her name, and that order, like they belonged together in a way I did not want to understand. The burner finally buzzed. 1%, 2, 3. I kept my face blank and opened it. The lock screen asked for a code, 4 digits. Sloan always loved birthdays, loved making everything about dates. I tried her favorite, wrong. I tried Dad's birthday, wrong. I tried the year she started her business, the year she bragged about like it was a religion, wrong. Then I remembered the way Dad used to laugh when he called her my little hurricane, because she never stopped spinning. I typed the numbers from the address of her first apartment, the one she used to cry about when she was broke and still human. The phone unlocked. My pulse thudded in my ears. Messages loaded. A thread at the top was saved under a name that made my stomach drop. Dr. Keene. A hospice physician. The same last name I had seen on Dad's medication notes. I opened the thread, and the first line I saw was not about pain management, not about comfort care, not about compassion. It was about signatures and timing. My mouth went dry as I scrolled. There were photos, close-up shots of paperwork, a form with Dad's name, a signature that looked like his but not quite, too smooth, too confident, like someone copying his hand. Then another message. Sent yesterday morning, hours before he died. Sloan, if he passes today, the policy pays out this week. Confirm you filed the order. Dr. Keene, you promised the second transfer. Sloan, stop being paranoid. You'll get it when escrow clears. My vision tunneled. I gripped the edge of the desk so hard my fingers ached. She did not just abandon him. She negotiated his end like a business deal. Quick real-life pause. Some nights I am editing and I want to quit, but then I see your comments and I keep going. Like subscribe and tell me your city, state, or country. Okay, continuing. I forced myself to breathe through my nose, slow, like I was in an interview room and the person across from me was waiting for me to blink first. Rage would not help me. Precision would. I took photos of everything. I backed up the entire thread to my laptop. I checked the call logs. Numbers I did not recognize, a broker, a loan officer, a law firm. Then I opened the email app on the burner. And there it was. A PDF attachment with a subject line that made my skin prickle. Estate planning revision, final. My father had told me his will was simple, 50-50. He said it with a tired smile, like he wanted us to stop fighting while he was still alive. I had believed him because I needed to believe something. I opened the PDF. The document looked legitimate. Letterhead, notary stamp, 2 witnesses, but the date was wrong. It was signed on a day my father had been unconscious, the day I had slept on the floor beside his bed because I was afraid he would stop breathing if I blinked. And in this revised will, everything went to Sloan. The house, the accounts, the personal effects, even his watch, even the books he used to read to me when I was little. Even the line about who had the right to make medical decisions. Sloan Pierce, sole authority. My hands went numb. That meant the DNR note in his calendar was not just a memory. It was a warning. It meant she had positioned herself to control the end and to profit from it. study door handle rattled. "Marlo," Sloane called, sweet as syrup. "You in there crying or packing?" I did not answer. The handle rattled again, harder. "Open the door. We need to talk logistics." I stared at the burner phone in my palm. At the proof. At the quiet, ugly truth that my sister was not just cruel, she was criminal. And I realized something that made my fear evaporate. If she thought she could evict me with an invoice, then she had no idea what would happen when I treated her like a case file. I closed my laptop softly. I slid the burner into the inner pocket of my bag. I wiped my face with the back of my hand and practiced a breath that sounded shaky, helpless. The version of me she expected. Then I stood, unlocked the door, and opened it. Sloane's eyes flicked over me, searching for weakness. She smiled when she found it because I gave it to her on purpose. "Fine," I whispered. "I'll sign whatever you want." Her shoulders relaxed just a fraction. "Good, finally, I knew you'd come around." Behind her, one of the trash bags near the stairs shifted, and I noticed something sticking out of the top. Shredded paper. Not just any paper. The kind with a gold seal in the corner. Court stationery. My heart beat once heavy. Because if Sloane was shredding court letters, then this was bigger than a will. Bigger than a policy. Bigger than our father. And whatever she was hiding, she was terrified I might see it. Sloane walked ahead of me like she owned the air in the hallway. She kept talking, fast and efficient, listing her demands the way she used to list skincare ingredients for her followers. "You'll sign the release, you'll turn over any keys, you'll stop contacting the bank, and you'll be out by tomorrow night," she said. "If you cooperate, I might even let you take a few sentimental items, within reason." My mouth stayed slightly open, like I was too stunned to argue. Inside, every part of me was recording her tone, her phrasing, the careless confidence. People who are guilty speak like they are untouchable, because they have practiced the story so many times they start believing it. She led me into the kitchen, where the granite counters were bare except for a stack of papers and a pen placed dead center like a trap. The symmetry made my skin crawl. Even grief had to match her aesthetic. "Sit," she said. I sat. The documents were already clipped. A waiver, a surrender of claims, a statement that I had been compensated. A lie I would never sign in real life. But I reached for the pen anyway, letting my hand hover like I was about to obey. Sloane's eyes softened with satisfaction. "There you go, see, this doesn't have to be ugly." I forced my voice to break. "I just want Dad's things, the photos, his watch, the urn." Her expression tightened, irritation flashing through the polish. "We already covered that, don't spiral." Spiral, like missing our father was a mental health episode. Like grief was a tantrum I needed to manage. I let my gaze drop like I was ashamed. "I saw paperwork by the stairs," I said quietly. "Court paper." Sloane's hand paused midair. A tiny freeze. One heartbeat too long. "What court paper?" she asked, too casual. "I don't know," I whispered. It looked official. I thought maybe there was debt. Her jaw flexed. "It's nothing." Nothing. That was my opening. I nodded and lowered the pen to the waiver, letting it touch the line without signing. "Okay, I don't want trouble." Sloane exhaled, relieved. "You won't have trouble if you stop making me the villain." I almost laughed at that. Instead, I drew a shaky breath. "Can I use the restroom?" She waved a manicured hand. "Go, but don't snoop. I'm serious, Marlo." I stood, moving slowly like I might collapse. I walked down the hall, not to the bathroom, but to the coat closet beside it, the one Dad used to keep his umbrellas in. The door stuck slightly. It always had. I pulled it open and slid inside, heart pounding, phone already in my palm. I did not call a friend. I did not call the police. Not yet. I called someone I trusted to keep their mouth shut and their hands clean. His name was Beckett Vance. He was a forensic document examiner I had worked with on a healthcare fraud case last year, the kind of man who could look at a signature and tell you how it was forged, what the forger ate for breakfast, and what brand of pen they used. He answered on the second ring. "Marlo," he said, You okay? Your voice sounds. I'm fine, I breathed. I'm not fine. I need you to do something for me today, quietly. A pause, then his tone sharpened. Tell me. I have a will, I whispered. And I think it was signed when the person was unconscious. I need proof. You have the original. I have a PDF on a phone, I said. I can get you screenshots. I can get you metadata. I can get you ink if I find a hard copy. Send me what you have, he said. But Marlo, if this is family, it gets messy. That's why I'm calling you, I said. I don't need messy, I need accurate. I ended the call before my voice could shake again. Then I opened my email and drafted a message to myself, ready to attach what I had backed up. I did not hit send. Not yet. I needed more. I stepped out of the closet and headed to the bathroom like nothing happened, splashing water on my wrists, practicing my face in the mirror. Eyes red, lips pale, helpless. When I returned to the kitchen, Sloane was scrolling through her phone, impatient. You done? Yes, I said softly. I'll sign. She slid the papers closer. Start here, initial every page. I picked up the pen again. My hand hovered. My mind moved like it did at work, scanning for the pressure point. Sloane, I murmured, forcing myself to look up. Can I keep Dad's study desk? It's the only thing that feels like him. Her laugh was quick. Absolutely not. That desk is valuable. It's staying. Okay, I said, swallowing hard. Then can I have the box from the hallway, the one with the books and papers? I want his notes. Her eyes narrowed. Which box? I described it carefully, the one with shredded court stationery sticking out. I watched her pupils tighten. No, she snapped, too fast, too sharp. Then she smoothed her voice. That's just junk. I'll take junk, I said. Please, it would help me, just something to hold on to. For a second, she looked almost panicked. Then she stood and walked toward the hall with stiff, angry steps. Fine, I'll show you what you're obsessing over. I followed, silent, watching her shoulders. She grabbed the bag and yanked it open as if proving a point. Paper scraps spilled out, shredded letters, a few envelopes torn in half, a stamp that read filed. Sloane's mouth tightened. See, garbage. I crouched and picked up a larger piece, my fingers careful, gentle, like I was touching something sacred. The letterhead was clear. State Department of Professional Licensing. Not a court, not debt. A complaint. My pulse spiked. Sloane's beauty brand had grown fast, built on bright packaging and glossy promises. She had always talked about formulas, suppliers, labs. I had assumed it was vanity and ambition. I had not considered fraud. I fitted two scraps together. A sentence appeared. Unlicensed distribution of restricted compounds. I looked up slowly. Sloane, I whispered, letting fear show. What is this? Her eyes flashed. Nothing. But her hands were shaking. And right then, I understood why she wanted me gone in 24 hours. Not because she hated me, because she was scared of what I might find if I stayed long enough to put the pieces together. I stood, clutching the scraps like I could not let go. Why would the state send this here? I asked, voice thin. Sloane's face hardened into something I had not seen since we were teenagers, and she got caught lying. Give me that. I did not move. She stepped closer, teeth clenched. Marlo, you think you're clever because you have a corporate job and you know big words. But you don't know anything about running a business. You don't know what it takes. I know what it takes to forge signatures, I said, almost accidentally. Her breath stopped. The hallway went silent, except for the low hum of the refrigerator, a mundane sound that felt obscene in that moment. Sloane's voice dropped. What did you just say? I forced my shoulders to slump like I had spoken without thinking. Nothing, I whispered. I'm sorry, I'm just tired. Her eyes narrowed with suspicion. She reached for her phone, thumb hovering like she was deciding whether to call someone. A lawyer, a fixer, a man who made problems disappear. And in that split second, I saw the real Sloane, not my sister, a person with too many secrets and a deadline that was closing in. She looked at me and smiled again, but the smile did not reach her eyes. Go pack, she said softly. I'll bring the papers back. We'll finish this tonight. I walked toward the stairs, each step measured, while my mind screamed one clear order. Do not be alone in this house with her again. I did not go upstairs to pack. I went to my room and locked the door, then sat on the edge of the narrow bed I had slept on for 5 years, listening to my heart pound until it slowed into something usable. Panic wastes time. I did not have time. I pulled the burner phone back out and opened the message thread again, reading it now not as a daughter but as an investigator. Dates, times, payment promises, a pattern. I searched the contacts and found another thread, this one saved under a single initial, L. The messages were colder, more transactional. Shipment cleared customs. Formula adjusted, same ratios. Next batch needs different labeling. I felt sick. This was not just one bad decision. This was a system. And suddenly the licensing complaint made sense. If Sloane's products contained restricted compounds, and if she was distributing them without approval, that was not a fine. That was criminal liability, real prison time. My phone buzzed. Beckett. I got your screenshots, he said quietly. Marlo, that signature, it's traced. The pressure is wrong, the entry stroke is inconsistent, and the pen used didn't exist in the hospice wing. Whoever did it practiced. I closed my eyes. So it's fake. Yes, he said. And whoever filed it wanted it to look rushed. That tells me they were working against a clock. I looked at the door, half expecting Sloane to burst in. Can you write that up, formally? I already am, he replied. But listen to me. If you confront her alone, she'll destroy evidence. You need leverage and you need witnesses. I know, I said. I think she's moving money too. She's desperate. That tracks, Beckett said. Send me everything. I'll loop in a colleague at the Attorney General's office. Quietly. When the call ended, I did not cry. I stood and started gathering things, not clothes, but proof. Dad's calendar, his medication logs, the hospice invoices I had paid myself. I photographed everything. I emailed copies to 3 separate accounts. Redundancy saves lives. The front door slammed downstairs. Sloane's voice floated up sharp. Marlo, come down. I took one last look around the room, then picked up my bag and went. She was in the living room, coat on, keys in hand. Her energy was frantic now, the polish cracking. We're going to the office, she said. My lawyer wants this finished tonight. I'm not going anywhere with you, I said calmly. Her eyes flashed. You don't get to decide. I do, I replied. Because the will is forged, because Dad's medical directive was manipulated, and because you're under investigation. The words landed heavy. Sloane laughed too loud. You're bluffing. I pulled out my phone and placed it on the coffee table, screen up. The email confirmation from the Attorney General's intake portal glowed back at her. Complaint received. Her color drained. You wouldn't. I already did, I said. And before you ask, yes, I sent copies to the state licensing board too. For a moment, she looked small. Then her face twisted into something ugly. You think this makes you righteous, she hissed. You think Dad loved you more because you wiped his mouth and slept in a chair. I think, I said steadily, that you saw him as an asset and I saw him as our father. She lunged for the phone. The knock at the door stopped her cold. 3 firm knocks. Controlled, professional. I did not move. I did not have to. Sloane stared at the door like it might explode. The knocks came again. State investigators, a voice called. Open the door, please. Sloane turned to me, eyes wild. You did this. Yes, I said, I did. She opened the door with shaking hands. 2 agents stepped in, followed by a woman in a tailored suit who introduced herself as counsel for the medical board. They did not raise their voices. They did not rush. They asked questions and took notes and requested devices. When they asked for the burner phone, Sloane's knees buckled. I watched from the armchair Dad used to sit in, hands folded, as the truth finally caught up to her. The forged will, the altered medical directive, the illegal formulations, the money transfers flagged before they cleared. Sloane was escorted out an hour later, silent, mascara streaked, the diamond ring still flashing like a cruel joke. She did not look back. 3 weeks later, the forged will was invalidated. The original stood. The house went into my name by default, not because I wanted it, but because I was the only one who had not tried to profit from his death. The doctor lost his license. The brand was shut down pending trial. The licensing board findings went public. I cleaned the house slowly, carefully. I put Dad's books back on the shelves. I fixed the loose step on the stairs. I took the shredded complaint letters out of the trash and placed them in a folder labeled evidence, then locked it away. On a quiet Sunday morning, I sat at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee and sunlight on the floor, and I realized something had finally ended. Not just the case. The debt. I had paid it in time, in care, and in truth. And for the first time in years, the house felt like home again.